Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I want to talk once again about Hydra Supreme Captain America. Now, I know that a lot of people are pretty excited because there is going to be a uniform sale, and people thought there wasn't going to be a uniform sale coming up in Marvel Future Fight prior to the next update, but there is. There's going to be a uniform sale starting tomorrow, so we're just one day out, and I kind of want to advise you to purchase this Captain America Hydra Supreme uniform because of what I'm about to say. But I also want to warn you because, if they do make changes to anything, then it will influence the value of this uniform. I'm not saying they should make changes to it, but when I show you what you're about to see, when you see what I'm about to show you, you will understand. Now, I already made a video about this, I know. I just want to sort of make another video because it's actually even crazier than I thought. So this video was almost a week ago, it was 6 days ago. Hydra Cap is much stronger than we realized. It's even stronger. I don't want to use the word worse, but he's even stronger than that. Now, in order to take advantage of the combo, the Weapon Hex combo, you really only need to have Captain America Hydra Supreme uniform at tier 1, 6 stars, level 60, and you have to have Weapon Hex at tier 1, 6 stars, level 60. You don't need him tier 2, you don't need him tier 3 as a striker. But the reason why I'm emphasizing as a striker is because for the time being, you can basically achieve all of your hopes and dreams in World Boss. What I mean by hopes and dreams are any 100-second challenges that you have, any challenges to clear a stage with a specific character, you can absolutely get that done right now with Captain America Hydra Supreme and Weapon Hex combo. Until, until we don't know when. It could be months, it could be years before they fix it, or they change it, or they alter it in some way. But I'm just saying you can act now and get that benefit. It's sort of weigh that benefit versus the crystals, versus if anything happens and they change anything. But it's actually insane how strong the combo is, because it basically gives every single character access to 100% defense down every 30 seconds. And you can augment that, so it's like every 15 seconds. So pretty much every single tier 3 skill that's available, every time your tier 3 skill is available, you'll have 100% defense down to follow it up with, which it gives characters an insane amount of punching power. And it literally works for any character in the game. And a bunch of other YouTubers have made videos talking about specific characters and showing off specific characters and showing off how strong they are with this change. Or combo, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it does kind of make me worry because Netmarble and Marvel Future Fight, they're obviously watching. They obviously know that this is happening. And so me making this video is not going to influence them to change it. They already know what's going on. If they ever watched any of my streams, I'm doing it on my streams anyways. And there's tons of other videos already talking about it. But I have to say, it does sort of cheapen things. Now, I know some of you guys are going to get upset, and some of you guys will be like, it doesn't matter, I just want the game to be easy. I'm not a big whale like you. I don't have tons of money to spend. I get it. I get it. I understand. It's fine. But for example, this right here, World Boss Stage 90, I have to clear with 100 seconds, and I have to clear with Daisy Johnson. So I have to carry Daisy, and I have to clear within 100 seconds. Normally, I would have to do those two things separately. I would have to do my 5 clears with Daisy on 5 different days with a stacked team. Maybe, Nick Fury lead and Quicksilver. And then I have to do the 100-second challenge. I bet that I could actually get both of these done right now if I wanted to. Now, the advantage, at least with Daisy Johnson, is that you can pass the buff. So you can pass the buff from her 3rd skill over to Quicksilver. But you'll see what I mean. Like, the damage is just fine. The damage is just normal now, but then as soon as I get the tier 3 skill ready, and as soon as we pop it, you will see what I'm talking about. Yeah, there we go. So we just one-shot the first phase of Corvus in 26 seconds. We still have a minute to clear this stage. And all I have to do is wait 16 more seconds for the co-op skill to be off cooldown. And then when I press the co-op skill, it's pretty much a guarantee. It's pretty much a guarantee that the co-op skill is going to, if I don't die here, Okay, so we missed it a little bit. We were a little bit off there, but we just did another 6 or 7 bars. So you guys can see in 26 seconds when the co-op skill is off cooldown, it will be 3 minutes and 40 seconds, which is still 20 seconds early to get the 100-second challenge. This is my very first time playing this stage. I haven't been practicing this off stream. I'm not even really, I'm like half playing. I sound half asleep when I'm talking. It's really, really easy, but I don't think that example was really good enough. I think you guys need more examples. And this time around, we're going to use a character like Cyclops. And this was the same example that I was using on stream. Cyclops cannot do this stage, or a month ago, Cyclops couldn't do this stage. Now, a month ago, we didn't have Hydra Supreme Cap, so that is something to consider, but, you know, just take it for what it's worth. So we're going to bring in these strikers here, and you're going to see what happens, and you'll be, well, you'll see what happens. But essentially what you will see is that when we build up our tier 3 skill, and during our regular 1 to 5 rotation, the damage is really bad. So we're going to hit this. We have a CTP of Rage. We have a very high build. So you can see there, with normal striker interaction, without 100% all defense down, and yes, you can stack a certain amount of all defense down. You can stack, you know, 40%, 50%, 60%. So this is lower than average, but this is closer to Cyclops' raw damage output when Cull Obsidian has a normal amount of defense. He does have a little bit of defense down. You can see the icon there. He has a little bit from Weapon Hex, but it's like maybe 20%. So it's just not enough. And okay, so I can get more, you know, if just Captain America strikes, he gives 30% because it's 10% per hit, up to 30%. I could bring Cable, who does 55%. Sure, Goliath, Hulkbuster, whatever. So this is a little bit I'm underselling Cyclops a little bit here, and I'm underselling the damage of his tier 3 skill here, but that is closer to his raw damage output. Now I want to show you what it looks like when we do the co-op skill, and then we pause, and then we do the tier 3 skill. So we're going to co-op and then tier 3. And now watch the damage. Yeah, that was over a bar's worth of damage. And that wasn't even that good. I'll be honest with you. We can fast forward to another one of these and you'll see how much crazier the damage is. Here we go. Co-op. Pop the tier 3. And we easily get, you know, you get between 2 and 3 bars of damage depending on the timing. Now, what's going on? Because normally you do the 1 to 5, there's no damage. Basically, you do the 6, there's no damage. Well, what's going on is you're guaranteeing. Here's another tier 3 without any striker interaction, without any all defense interaction. It's like the bar doesn't move. So it's the difference between 2+ bars of damage, or, you know, basically not enough damage to visually see the bar moving at all, which is usually when people say, like, you're not doing any damage at all. So we're going to do the co-op skill here, then we're going to pop the tier 3, and again, you can see you're getting, you know, 1 to 2 bars of damage. So what's the problem, Cynicalex? What's the big idea? Well, it's good. It's good because you can take advantage of it, and you can use these 2 characters specifically. You don't even need to bring anyone else in some cases. You can just use Weapon Hex and Captain America. I use them against Corvus with with the Ignore Dodge Strikers and Rachel Summers. You can use them against any of the bosses, and it works, except for Thanos Phase 2. And you can use it to one-shot bosses. You can use it to, again, I can go all the way up to almost 99 now with Cyclops. That's like 30 stages higher than he could do. So we basically went in the opposite direction of the Hydra Supreme update. When I made that Hydra Supreme reaction video after the update, I was like, I dropped 20 to 30 stages with my characters. You know, Deadpool was doing stage 90 Cull, and now he's down to doing stage 60. And I said the same thing for other characters. Sharon was doing like stage 90 damage. She dropped down to like stage 60, 65. That was not cool. Honestly, this is kind of not cool either, in my opinion. The fact that Cyclops can now do stage 95, but he's not really doing stage 95, and that's where it becomes very misleading. So I wanted to make the video to really, in a way, warn players, because, for example, we can go into a stage, you know, honestly, we could probably go into a stage 70 Proxima, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take Hulk. We did it sort of accidentally with Wolverine, and so I do feel a bit bad about that, because I was really hype, and turns out I was kind of wrong. But we'll go ahead with Hulk, and I'll show you guys that, again, you can really, it gives you a false sense of the character's power level because you're constantly getting 100% all defense down. And the problem with this as well is it sort of makes me wonder where the devs are going to go with the game design for World Boss and for other game modes, because they make other game modes difficult, like Giant Boss Raid. So we're going to pop the co-op skill here, and then we're going to pop the 5, and then we're going to go back into the 4, and there you go, guys. My PvP Hulk with a CTP of regeneration, who's not going to do any damage right now, right? Right now, he's not going to do any damage. But once that co-op skill comes back, oh baby, we are going to be able to crush this boss. And again, you can take it even further. You can be even more dramatic about it if you put in well, you can put in characters that reduce the co-op cooldown. Here we go. There we go, and we can have like that burst of damage. I mean, it's cool for characters that you never get to use because they're not strong enough, like Hulk. So, I mean, some players would be happy about this, but it is a false sense of success. This is not actually Hulk's damage. This is Hulk's damage being assisted by 100% all defense down. Now, some people might say that's okay. Every character should have 100% all defense down. Maybe. But then you have the question of where do the devs go from there with character design and with the game design. Like I was trying to say before I started the fight, they make other game modes like GBR hard by having debuff removal. So no all defense down works. All defense down doesn't work at all. So in that case, we gauge characters by their raw damage output. So in those situations, Sharon Rogers does better. Cyclops actually does a little bit better. But if we give all characters via strikers access to 100% all defense down every 30 seconds, or in some cases every 15 seconds if you use the co-op reduction characters like Medusa, Yondu, Kingpin, Odin, it really starts to skew the balance. Like, which characters are good? Now pretty much every character should be in Mythic and Legendary tier because they can all go up to stage 80 and 90, right? My PvP Hulk can do stage 70. That means if I slap a Rage on him, he could probably do 99. Or very close to 99. He could probably do 85. So Hulk can do stage 85. Does that mean that, you know, do you see where this is going? And then on top of that, if all characters have access to 100% all defense down, and if the striker changes don't, if there are no striker changes, then what happens when we get new characters like Gambit that come out? We're like, oh man, oh, he has 60% all defense down? Oh, that doesn't matter. I just want to see what his raw damage is because every character has access to 100% all defense down. So I don't actually care anymore when new characters get added that have all defense down. Unless it's going to improve on this strategy, on this combo, I don't care. We don't really care. So it paints the devs into a corner where I think the devs have over-relied on, I think in big part this is the fault of the developers. They've over-relied on all defense down as a way of selling characters and as a way of selling the power creep of characters in World Boss, because they noticed, they released Gambit and everyone ate it up, myself included, and Gambit could do higher stages of World Boss. Not only was he a fun playstyle, and it's a beautiful character and beautiful animations, like there's a lot more to the character than just the all defense down, but the all defense down played a big part. And the fact that he's able to shred Cull Obsidian specifically. He could do other bosses, we found out with testing, because the all defense down is that powerful. But the devs must have known what they were getting into, right? It's not like they did this by accident. So they knew what would happen if they gave us a character that gives minus 60 all defense for 10 seconds. They would have, that would start the climb up, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now, Weapon Hex has been in the game for a while. Weapon Hex was actually introduced before Gambit, but it was not only the combination of her 100% cap ceiling, but it was also the fact that they then changed the strikers a year later so that they would consistently do the same skill. I don't know why I'm pressing Reality Slice. It's supposed to be Hex Claws. When they changed the strikers to only do one skill, they knew that they were massively increasing the value of Weapon Hex, and they were giving a lot more characters access to a lot more all defense down. That has had a positive and negative effect. On the one hand, it's made a lot of characters more fun to play, a lot more characters can push to higher stages. A lot more players can push to higher stages of World Boss, get better rewards. They can feel good about themselves. They can feel like they're progressing rather than getting stuck at one level. It's made underused characters or weaker characters more valuable and actually, you know, fun to play. So there's been a lot of positives, don't get me wrong. But then on the flip side, it has had the negative impact of making some characters like Gambit worthless. Like, why would I play as a fragile character who can die in one hit and only gives me minus 60% all defense down, when I can just use Weapon Hex and Captain America as strikers, and whenever I want, I can get 100% all defense down, which is, you know, 40% more than Gambit does, and I can use any character that I want. So I can use characters that heal. I can use characters that revive, right? So I think that this is actually an issue. I think that the devs do need to look at this. And I would expect them to make a change and to sort of continue to tinker with this at some point in time. I'm not saying that this should be their top priority or even their second priority. I know other game modes, and I believe and I think that other game modes are in much more desperate need of change. But I simultaneously wanted to show you guys this so that you take advantage of the striker combo with Weapon Hex and Captain America Hydra Supreme, but also a little bit of a warning. I would be shocked if they don't address this in the next 3 to 6 months, because it just seems a little bit too easy, and it also does seem a little bit, it's a little bit like a cheat code, if you know what I'm saying. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of Hydra Supreme Captain America. Is it as big of a problem as I think, or am I making it sound, or am I making it sound like too big of a problem? It doesn't really matter. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.